Welcome to Crojo Corner. My name is Laura, and today I'm going to teach you how to make this really cute stitch marker wallet. Now it's connected with a button, and when you open it up, there's a little pouch inside. You can store your crochet hooks in there if you like, and then there's a couple of pages inside. These work well. You can store your needles, and it works to store your stitch markers. And there's another pocket right here on the other side. You can easily fold it up and stick it in your purse or your project bag and just take all of your goodies with you. So let's take a look at what we need. For this project, I used a ball of craft cotton, a 5mm H hook, a tapestry needle, and a pair of scissors. You'll also need some stitch markers and a button. You're going to start off with a simple slip knot. After you make a slip knot, then chain 20. Once you have your 20 chains, you will start to do half double crochet in the second chain from the hook. You'll continue half double crochet all the way down the row. Now at your last stitch, you're going to chain up 2 and then turn your work. Then work more half doubles all the way down, skipping the first stitch. Continue making rows with half double crochet until your piece is around 15 inches long. Now take your piece and place it wrong side up. Then you're going to fold it in half. Then you'll take the open end and fold it in half towards the folded part. And then you do the same thing on the other side, so it looks like a book folded in on itself. Just like this. The next thing we're going to do is place stitch markers in the corners of the flaps to hold them in place while we stitch them closed to turn them into pockets. Starting with the end that we left open with the yarn attached, we will just slip stitch that side closed. And there you can see we're starting to make a little pocket. So now we'll snip that off, make a knot, and we will end up hiding the tails later. For the next corner, just insert your hook into that corner stitch right there and pull through your yarn. And then chain 1. And then continue to work slip stitches all the way down the edge so you can close the pocket. And now you will continue to do the same thing on the other side and close that pocket. Now all of the pockets are closed on all of the edges, leaving the openings on the inside. And as you can see, you can place a crochet hook in there. It fits perfectly. So now it is time to make the pages for the inside. So you will make a slip knot, and then you will chain 20. So now that you have your 20 chains, you will half double crochet the entire piece until it's 6.5 inches long. Do it just like you did the cover, but make sure that you leave a little bit of room around the edge of the cover so that when you close the book, it doesn't stick out. And we're going to place that in the center of the book binding. So now that we have our 6.5 inch piece, we are going to place it inside of our book on top of the pockets and making sure that there's room around the sides for when we fold it over so it doesn't stick out. If you accidentally made it too big, you might want to frog a row so it fits better. But just check that before you sew it in. So fold your page in half and lay it in the middle of the binding. And then grab your stitch markers and hold it in place. I chose to do a running stitch down the center of my binding, and that worked well for me. Just make sure you get both layers, and then you tuck in your ends when you're done. It's really starting to look like a wallet now. Isn't it cute? Look at the pages. I love it. Okay, I'm going to just stitch this on now, and just make sure when you sew it on that you only go through this first layer and that you're behind the pocket here so that you don't see the stitch marks. So let me sew this on and I'll be right back. Now you will crochet a back flap by starting with 7 chains. Half double crochet in the same manner as the rest of the project, going back and forth until the flap is 3.5 inches long. Okay, so now I'm going to take my flap and center it on the back and make sure that it comes around near the button. Make sure it's centered over the button because we're going to be adding a loop to that. So let's bring this down just a little bit. Okay. And now I'm going to just go ahead and sew this on. Just picking up stitches from both layers. Not a perfect seamstress, as you can tell, but this is just how I do it. Just make sure that you're only going through that first layer. Because you don't want to sew your pocket closed. I'm going to come back through and go over it one more time. This time I'm going to go up and over like a whip stitch over some of these stitches just to hold it on a little bit more secure in case it gets a little bit heavy or something like that, it'll hold it nice and tight. You don't have to worry about it coming off. Just gonna tie that in a knot a couple of times, and then I'll hide my tails and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have hidden all my tails and the back flap is on. And so I'm just going to take my hook here where I had my stitch marker, and we're going to make the chain that goes around the button. This is real easy to do. I'm just going to single crochet into the next stitch. Then I'm going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to skip these next 3 stitches. And in this last stitch, I'm going to do one more single crochet. And there you have it. I'm just going to tie off right there, and then we should be able to close that around our button. So now I have my ends tied off, and I just want to show you that the buttonhole works great for your new little stitch marker wallet. And when you open it up, you can attach your stitch markers like that to the different pages on the inside. And then you have a little pouch here for your crochet hook. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope that you get to make one of these pouches for yourself or your friends. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. For more yarn fun, be sure to check out my website at crojocorner.com. There you'll find my blog, patterns, merchandise, and my crochet planner. Keep all of your crochet projects in order with my new printable crochet planner. Watch the video above and order yours at crojocorner.com. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.